There ain't nothing like a great deal. And in 2020, when I got my Fitness Reality 810 XLT Supermax Power cage, that's exactly what I got. I got a cage that would fit into any basement, backyard, or garage gym because it's 83 inches tall. It's got 2 by 2 inch uprights, and they are all 14 gauge steel. And that cage can hold a maximum of 800 pounds, which is more than enough for me and 95% of the people out there. And it's $500, okay? Even today, you can get the cage for $250, or you can get the cage and then add the lat pull down attachment for $250, or you can get them combined for $498. Save yourself $2. Hey, a deal's a deal. All right, we all about balling on a budget here on the Usawa Fitness Garage Gym Review channel. And I love that cage. I used it through the winter. I used it through the spring, summer, and fall. And I used it commercially because I used it with all kind of people, okay? All ages, size, health levels. I mean, I used it like crazy and I never ran into any problems. Even though I abused it through the winter, putting it through the elements the way I did, I never had a problem with any cracking of the steel. Never had any problems with the cables. I have several clients that own them now. I have a ton of people on YouTube who bought the cage because of me, because I did between 30 and 50 different videos. I've lost count, but I ranked #1 in search on YouTube for the Fitness Reality 810 XLT Supermax Power Cage because I love that cage. The question today is it the same value today as it was back in 2020? All right. Here's what I would say to that. That cage, like I told you, will hit you for $500 for the cage and the lat pull down attachment. And Fitness Reality sells everything else a la carte, all right? But here's the thing. Here in 2024, a lot of companies actually jumped on board and watched what companies like Fitness Reality were doing, and they started creating the same kind of cages, steel 14 gauge steel cages, 2 by 2 inch uprights for that same $500 price level, but they started adding all the accessories where Fitness Reality sold everything a la carte. So when you started adding in your Olympic plate holders, your landmine attachment, your dip bars, these type of things, your better J hooks, you ended up having to pay between more like $250 to $300 in added accessory fees, putting that cage up into the $800 level opposed to the $500 levels. That still stands true today. Most companies give you all of this stuff now included. And if you're talking about entry level cages, you don't need to add $300. You're adding $300 worth of accessories to a Fitness Reality cage, unfortunately, is not the move because there's so many cages at the $500 levels that includes those that are at the same maximum weight capacity and so forth, same quality. And if you are going to pay $700 to $800, you start looking at some much better cages. Okay, you go from looking at 2 by 2 inch uprights to 2 by 3 inch uprights. You go from looking at a single pulley system to a dual pulley system. Not only are you looking at dual pulley systems in that $800 level, but you're also looking at dual independent weight stack cages, all right? Not only that, at that $800 price, you start looking at Smith machines. At that level, you start looking at cages that have a much higher overall weight capacity. So you start looking at a lot on the market today that wasn't there in 2020 that make this particular cage maybe not the greatest bargain. All right, you know I'm all about balling on a budget. And if you look at the long-term cost of owning a fitness reality cage, you're gonna look at adding costs that puts you into a higher price point and you can get a much better deal. Now, that's not to say that the Fitness Reality A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage, for those of you who don't know, I love that cage so much I created a song for it, and that's the song. That's why I keep saying that. And that's not to say that it's not an amazing cage. It's the perfect beginner cage, okay? It could be a beginner cage, but it could also be your overall forever cage, because most of us don't need more. We want more, all right? It's just like anything else. You know, you get you a set of tires on your car, and then they get a better set that you find that make your car a little bit better. So you go get those, even though you could have rolled on the same tires for a very long time, all right? You get your first home, then you get a bigger home. It's kind of like that with gym equipment as well. It's not necessarily that you need it, but some of you will need to upgrade. You get bigger, you get stronger, you want to do different type of things. You want to add people to your gym who weren't there before, who can do more or less. And you wind up finding that your first cage is not quite what you hoped for in the current state of your fitness level. And that's why I feel like the Fitness Reality A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage is fantastic if you already own it. But if you're buying a cage in 2025, there are a lot of better options out there for the money that you're going to end up paying. More bang for your buck. Now, you heard me talk about dual independent cable systems and having two different pulleys on your system. If you have a cage that only has one weight stack, check out my DIY curl fly video. Boom, there is a link for you guys, and that's a fantastic way to not only upgrade that cage but any other cage out there that has a similar pulley system. Now, I just wanted to run this down to you guys because, as you know, I do rank #1 on YouTube for this cage, and a lot of people are always asking me, what do I think about that cage today? Still love it. Like I said, I have several clients that own it. I've had several of my subscribers who have bought that cage based off of my reviews over the last 4 or 5 years, and I still stand by that cage as being an amazing cage. I just think that in today's fitness arena, you can find a better cage at that price point, and that's it. As simple as that. Now, if you want to see some of my other videos on the Fitness Reality A10 XLT Supermax Power Cage, hit that link right there. Thank you for watching the video. Until next time, stay blessed, stay motivated, and stay fit. Love and peace, everybody.